What my purpose of making this video is that there are a lot of doctors and other people from healthcare who are making videos on YouTube, and they are doing very nice work, and they are guiding doctors and giving them information which is really really good, and I appreciate, and we all should appreciate them. Why I'm making this video today is that I want you to know that there is one saying that the knowledge you gain by reading and discovering by yourself is far more powerful than simply relying on what others tell you. What that means is that when you're hearing or listening to someone on the YouTube, so they will be giving you different information, and that actually information is right, but maybe you didn't understand in proper way. So what I want you to do is that go to this website, which is for Danish Patient Safety Authority. This is the Denmark government have made the platform where the doctors all over the world from European countries and also from out of the European countries can apply for the medical license to practice as a doctor in Denmark. So when you go to this website page, you open it. There is a link, if you can see on the top, en.stps.dk, and then you scroll down, and there is option apply for Danish registration. You click on that one, and then you come inside, and then there is also a lot of other options. You don't need to go there. If you are a medical doctor, so you need to choose the first one. If you are a dentist, you need to choose second one. And if you are a nurse or physiotherapist or other, so you can have your own option. So here we can choose medical doctor. So I click on that one, and then there is information about the doctors coming here. Then you scroll down, then you will see there are three main options. That is for European member states. This is for those students or doctors who have completed their education in the European countries. And then there is a separate option for the students. Some are who are from UK. And then there is an option that if you are from Asia, Arab countries, or Africa, so you need to choose non-EU countries. Now we are into this page where non-EU countries, these are the countries which are in Asia, Arab, and Africa. What I want you to do is to read it by yourself at least once. Why? Because there are many questions that you are wondering, eh, and then you can find answer here. But anyway, the main points today I want to tell you about this process that you can see here is that authorization process. In Denmark and in European countries, there is rule that your education in medicine should be 6 years. But in country like India, Pakistan, China, Bangladesh, Russia, Iran, Africa, the rule is 5 years. So what you need to do is that you need to do here two things. One, you have to submit application to the Danish Safety Authority, and also need to pay the application fees, which is 3,508 Danish krone. And then which documents you need to give to them. There is also a requirement to submit documents to the Danish Safety Authority. And those documents, if you see here, you can open and you can read by yourself. There is a passport photocopy they need. Then they also need is your degree, and then they need your curriculum vitae, means that if you what is your experience, for example, we call it CV. And then you also need to give your transcript where the different credits written. And then if you have in addition, if you have done some work in a different hospital or any setup, and then if you have changed your name, then you also have to submit that document. And in the last, if we see here is the option number 7, that you must submit a power of attorney if someone is applying on your behalf. If you're applying by yourself, then you do not need to submit this one. But if someone is submitting on your behalf, then you have to use the power of attorney. Then come to the next formal document requirement. What does that mean? That means that all your documents should be scanned in colorful form. Means that if there is stamps on the documents, that should, if it's blue, it should be seen in scanning form, and if it's red, it should also be colorful. The next is translation. Some of the transcript are degrees. For example, those students who study in China or Russia or any other country where the native language is not English. So if this one is in other language, then you have to translate into English or Danish language. Then this power of attorney, we already have spoken about that. And then the second step that I told before, that we have to do two things. One, we have to submit documents to the Danish Safety Authority. Second, what we have to do is that we need to create a Epic account. And those students who have applied for Ireland are planning about UK, so they know about this Epic. This is ECFMG, Educational Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates in US. What they do is that you create the account and then you submit your documents there. For example, normally Denmark, Norway, or Sweden, they require from you two things. One is that your degree or diploma or your transcript. These two things should be verified from ECFMG. So you will create an account, put your documents there, or they will verify your documents. Some doctors, they're asking how they verify. How they verify is that when you submit your documents there, so they send your documents to the respective university where you have finished your graduation. When when it goes there, so what they do is that they have to verify, yes, the student was studying here. And then this report go back to the ECFMG, and ECFMG send this report to the Denmark Patient Safety Authority. And normally they required from you three reports. So when you go to Epic, you will also choose there that you want to send these verification reports to the DPSA, for example, to the Denmark Patient Safety Authority. And once your report is verified or your documents are verified, so automatically they will send to the Danish Patient Safety Authority. Next is certificate of non-registration. If we talk about that, so what is the meaning of the certificate? If, for example, you are fresh graduate and you have not completed your house job, so normally you only have provisional RMP, or for example, you can say that you don't have permanent license to work in that country. Or those doctors who have studied, for example, if you are from one country, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and you go to other country to study, for example, Russia, China, and normally when you study in those countries from Russia and China, and you come back to your own country, you also have to attempt exam of your own country, and then you get the permanent license of your own country. But if you have not attempted that exam, then you will be not getting that license. And then if you don't have that license to practice in your own native country, then you have to submit the certificate of non-registration. This is very important. Okay, then this here, if you go down, there is application form. You have to fill this form and pay the fees that was written up. Once you pay that fees, so your application process will start. Then we come to 5 years deadline. What is that? That is when you submit your documents, so they evaluate and assess your documents and give you a temporary license, which can convert into permanent license. What that mean? When you get a temporary license, so they have some requirements that they want you to fulfill. What are those requirements? Those requirements are you need to do Danish language, and then you need to also take medical licensing exam of Denmark, and then there is a legislation health law course that you also need to attend, and you have to do that within 5 years. And if you're not able to do within 5 years, then they are writing here that then you won't be getting the permanent license. Then next we come to the application process time, how long it can take. If you ask me my experience, for example, my brother is in Denmark, I by myself in Norway. So what I can tell you that the estimated time that they can take is sometime that they can take, like, estimated every time is 6 months. It can be also short, it can also be more than 6 months. It depends. For example, you have submitted your document and there can be some delay, some documents are missing, and when they ask you again to submit this document, so it also take time. So sometimes it also depends how much time ECFMG is taking from them, because they're also sending you documents for verification in your home country or wherever you have completed your medicine. So it can also take time. If you come down here, it's written, and then those people who are living in European countries, or who are living in Denmark already before this process, so they will be getting this application done very fast. Now we can go back to the option that we have. This was the application process. Now we can go back to, for example, the second point is language test. I think this language test I will be telling you in detail in my second video, because I will be giving you very useful tips and with the proof that you can read by yourself, not by telling you some stories. And then also I will be telling you medical tests about how you can prepare and what exactly you need to do. And then of course in Danish health legislation, and then in the end other points. But for right now I just want to tell you about the application process that you need to know by yourself, that how exactly this works.